now joined by the Deputy Leader of the Liberal Party, Ted O'Brien, who's in beautiful Maroochydore on the Sunshine Coast. Good morning to you, Ted. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Good morning, Bridget.
Are you running a party that has just a range of people with starkly different views that are never going to agree?
Well, there's no doubt that one of the features of the Liberal Party is people do have the freedom to express themselves and their ideas as they please, and that has been a long-standing feature of the party. Of course, I recognise that from the outside, that means people can hear different views and different messages at times, but it is certainly a feature of the Liberal Party that people can speak freely and express themselves. And as you were just interviewing that person before on the Are You OK Day, it's a reminder that words matter. Whether those words can sometimes be positive and help someone out, or words can hurt. And I think we all have to be mindful, no matter what we do in life, to try to choose our words as best as we can, especially those of us who are fortunate enough to be in public life, Bridget.
What have you heard around your travels about the impact of Jacinta Nampijinpa-Price's words in referencing Australian Indians and the very large community that lives here?
Well, of course, the Indian community here in Australia, I think they certainly did not ask to be the centre of political dialogue over the last week. That's the last thing they were after, but there they found themselves. And I have to say, what we've seen through those communities and their leaders are a host of fantastic Australians who express themselves as a values-based community, and those values are Aussie values. When we're talking here about the Indian diaspora who have a love of family, an Indian diaspora who are entrepreneurs running so many businesses. They are rich in their cultural contribution to our country. And while it has been a very difficult week for them, I think you have heard a chorus of voices sending them a message. And that message is one of celebration of who they are, and that Australia is a richer country for them being part of the Australian family. And that's certainly my message also this morning, Bridget.
Senator Price didn't really give any indication that she was willing to apologise, did she, right after making these remarks? Why wasn't she demoted immediately?
Well, there's no doubt that people use different words to express themselves. And again, as a member of the Liberal Party, we seek to allow people to express themselves authentically. Now, whether
But you knew that those comments had done harm straight away, didn't you? I mean, you recognise that. Multiple people in the party recognised the harm that was done immediately. Why not send her to the backbench straight away?
And so Jacinta expressed herself authentically with deep regret for what her words had meant to a lot of Indian Australians. Now, of course, as time went on, it was very clear that stronger words were called for. Ultimately, a decision has been made by our leader, Susan Lee. It is the right decision. And I have to say, Jacinta Price has rightly accepted that decision. We are an extraordinary nation, and we do not have any other country in the world that has such diversity of different ethnicities. But there's only one thing, Bridget, that unites us really, and that's a common set of values. And those Aussie values are the very values that Indian Australians possess. And that is why I believe they make such a positive contribution to our country. It's their belief in freedom, their belief in equality, their belief in not just the individual and family, but entrepreneurship, small business. I mean, this is Australia, this is Indian Australians, and that's why I'm glad that now we can all move forward and focus on other matters as I'm sure the Indian community probably would like us to focus on.
Do you have a common set of values and a common goal for the Liberal Party? Because it does seem like there are different people within the party who are expressing, as Jacinta Price did, that they weren't willing to shore up support for the leader, that there are people freelancing on different issues. Is this going to be difficult for you to bring forward a united front?
Look, I think the very thing that does unite us is a common set of values, Bridget, and I truly believe that the values of the Liberal Party, which again are freedom, equality, reward for effort, a belief that people should have the right to pursue what they want to pursue in life, but they also have commensurate responsibilities. These sorts of values are Liberal values. That's what unites us. And I'd go one step further. I believe Liberal values are Australian values. And our job, therefore, as a Liberal Party and as an opposition within a coalition, is to anchor to those values as we hold the government to account and we formulate policy moving forward. Because we need to have the next generations of Australia living in a country which is every bit as free and beautiful as the one that we have been blessed to live in now. I want future Australians to be prosperous. I want them to be strong. And I want them to live in a fiercely independent nation. That will only happen if we follow those core values of the Liberal Party, which are the core values of Australia. That's what unites our party, Room.
Ted O'Brien, we appreciate your time this morning.